to the court with Arcidiacono. 3 seconds at midcourt. Jenkins gives it to Jenkins for the championship. The national champions.
Back, folks. I did not get that live button clicked very fast. I am doing too many things on my computer right now. I just stared at it. I'm like, going, and then 15 seconds later. Welcome back to another March Madness edition of The Bounce. Back at our normally scheduled time. With me today, as always, is my co-host Kev, and Nate joins us again, fellas. How are we doing today?
I am fantastic. Nate and I are both celebrating the same thing. It's opening day, baby. If you're a pessimistic Cubs fan like I am, this is usually the happiest day of the baseball season for you because it's all downhill from here. But we got a chance early in the season. There's always a chance. We're still in it for now. Nate, tell me, am I just a scrub this year? Do the Cubs actually have a chance at the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, the division is pretty wide open. Right now, I mean, obviously it's the first game, but just watching it, they're locked in a 1-1 tie with Texas, although Suzuki just hit a double with 2 outs, so we'll see if they can do anything with that there.
Ooh, say hey, say ya. Woo.
Yeah. So I think there's plenty to be excited about this year because it's not like, we could talk baseball at another time, but it's not like the Brewers did anything worth a damn, and then they traded away some pieces. I still don't believe in the Cardinals. Pittsburgh is Pittsburgh. So, hey, we'll see.
Appreciate it, Kobe. Appreciate it.
We'll definitely check in. I've got the banner all queued up, Nate. Baseball's bounced too. We don't have football to check in on this Thursday, so we're ready for the pivot.
We do have hockey too. They're coming down to playoff time. Most of the teams have 10 games left.
I need to become a hockey fan. It wasn't a Nebraska thing. Like, there's no pro teams out there. There's like semi-pro, or I don't even know what they're called. They're not NHL teams. So I've never been a hockey. I've heard hockey games live are awesome. Just never been.
They're horrible on the radio. They're good. I enjoy them on TV. Honestly, like, of all the sports, I think hockey is the easiest one to sit down in a playoff atmosphere and just get immersed in the action, even having no knowledge of any of the players on the ice. I think you can really get caught up in it. The announcers usually bring a ton of energy. The action, it's so frenetic and fast paced that, especially if you don't mind low scoring affairs, you're talking to clearly a soccer fan, as you can see behind me. So I do love me some hockey. I don't have as much time as I wish I did. I can't follow every sport the way we follow our beloved basketball, but pucks bounce too. So we'll have to have Nate on to keep us in the loop in the wild world of hockey. But this is still March. We are still in madness mode. Ooh,
we've got live stuff right now. Clemson up 5 on Arizona with 2:15 left. Arizona just got a really bad foul call. Oh, down 3. We're gonna have a fun one coming down here. Arizona down 3. 2 minutes, 6 seconds left. UConn is blasting San Diego State. Phrasing, I know. They're up 17 with 10 minutes left in the game. In a national title rematch, Justin Herbert, if you're out there, I think you're probably taking care of your kids, but if you're out there in the universe, we're sorry, bud. On that note, we're gonna recap weekend 1, talk about our favorite games, our favorite stars from the weekend. Let's just get it out of the way. Did we delete it? It's not there. Oh, it's the Nuggets one. Guys, it was never the Owls this year. It's down 3 again, a minute and a half left. It was just never the Owls, guys. They made a huge comeback against Northwestern to tie it. They were down like 11 and then just fell apart in the last minute of the game. They have a chance to push it in transition to take the lead, and John L. Davis walks it up and then pulls up in a double team and doesn't even – it just shoots it into the air, and it's not even an air, but it's not even a shot really. It was embarrassing. Then they get just but they just got blasted. And what was the final score? Where is the 8-9 match?
They were down 8 almost immediately, it felt like.
Yeah, it was so quick. Yeah, they lost by 12, 77-65. They got just mowed down. They completely apart. We didn't get a chance to see UConn FAU, which sucked because then UConn just turned around and mowed down Northwestern. But such is life, boys. So it was not the Owls this year.
However, though, it was accountants banking threes in the first weekend, though.
Yeah,
I like it. Oh
yeah. Let's talk about March Madness's first being darling, the one and only Danny Golke.
Jack Golke.
Jack. I'm gonna call him Danny. I'm trying to find his stats here. What?
It's so obscure. Hey, he's got in NIL. There he is. He's on the screen, by the way. Voila.
Yeah, he's right there. Yeah, he got the B-Dubs Wings NIL deal after losing. So good for him. They knocked off Kentucky in the first round behind us 32-point game. 10 of 20 from 3-point range in the first game. Like it was Clemson just had an absolute beautiful blob play and got a layup. They're up 5 with a minute left. He was a monster against Kentucky. That game was so much fun.
Nate, did you have something to say about the old Dave Golke there? We're just gonna keep at
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
there goes my hero, Dave Golke.
You know, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but well, I guess it's more subjective. He's got such a goofy looking shot.
He turns a little. I mean, like he turns a little.
You know, but I mean, it works. I mean, it's just sometimes it's just your night. He still only shot 8 2-pointers for the year.
Yeah, how about that stat? He shot 8 2-pointers on the year.
He's that. He reminds me of a guy that I saw way back in the day when I was in high school at what is Trine, Nate, up in Angola. It used to be Tri-State. I used to go up there for basketball camps, and they had this very similar player who was just known as the streaky 3-point shooter, and coach would put him in and say, yeah, you might have to live with 5 or 6 errant ones, but once he gets going, man, you can't take him out until he starts to miss again. And he just seemed like one of those players that you don't see as much of anymore. Like just a straight, it kind of reminds me of like a Kyle Korver, just a straight catch and shoot. But obviously with a little more animated. Kyle Korver, a little less motion, I guess, in that release. But yeah, it was very fun. I wrote a little piece, a shameless plug here on bitesizesports.com about how Kentucky will have to change their ways if they want to ever be relevant in March again. The one and done is done. Everyone, I'm sorry if you. I don't think I'm breaking any news here now, but I was kind of shocked to see Coach Cal coming back, boys. What do you think about that?
Not after he has a 30. Not after he has a $33 million buyout.
Oh, there it is.
Arizona hits a 3, 72-70, 49 seconds left. Yeah, the buyout is outrageous. They gave him that lifetime contract. $33 million said he was always coming back. That's a hefty bill for him. Like, that's quite the buyout.
Those buyouts will get you, man. That's what did Conan O'Brien in, man. It's that Jay Leno's big fat buyout, dude. Doomed us all.
Other upsets, we got Yale beating Auburn in the first round. Smart Kids versus the SEC. That was a fun one. Duquesne beating BYU. Doesn't seem like an upset, but BYU is in the Big 12 and was a 6 seed. So Duquesne kept their run going. They were obliterated by Illinois in the second round, but good for them. Our boys Drake
by their own religion, right?
Yeah, yes. Which again, completely lazy on the compute.
Sorry, I'm just kidding, guys. I don't mean to be offensive.
That was funny. That was good. Yeah, like that's just pure laziness on the committee's part for doing that. Like
just change up your schedule, right? Like you can't
like,
just
don't
get a
play in that.
spreadsheet together. Just
You switch the seed. That's not right. They weren't a 6, they were a 5. So they have to play a red hot Duquesne team. Like, you do
Yeah,
that.
well,
And
you
Duquesne shouldn't
know,
have been an 11 anyway. They should have been a lower seed. Actually, they got VCU's spot. They assumed VCU was going to win that game, so they put them there. Just complete laziness on the committee's part this year, man.
it's just good. It's okay. They're going to fix it by putting more teams in, and then there will never be a bubble.
They're gonna get rid of the automatic berths and put more teams in, and then we're gonna get 27,000.
And then we'll get teams that finished
I'll
8th in
lay
their
up.
Power 6 conference, while teams like Indiana State, who deserve to be in but happen to lose their championship game, they'll still be playing in the NIT and doing very well, might I add.
They made the Final Four. They play on Tuesday up at Hinkle.
yeah,
First time in my life, I saw people actually complaining. I saw people on Twitter talking about how it was rigged in favor for Indiana State. I think the opposing fans were a little frustrated. I was like, oh yeah,
That place is gonna be all blue next Tuesday.
yeah. Oh man, I thought about going, man. Had to be a Tuesday.
I'm
Clemson just
going
made
to
it 2. Is up 4. By the way, I think it was an and 1. I don't have the set. Yeah, it is an and 1. So they might go 5 here.
Nate, you're going?
well, not on Tuesday because I'm going to Victory Field for opening day for the Indianapolis
Oh,
Indianapolis
the Indians. Yeah.
Yeah. So because they have what's great is for opening day, they have a weather guarantee. If at first pitch, if the temperature is not above 60 degrees, you get a free ticket to any April game. The rest
Clemson's
of the
gonna
month.
win this game. Arizona's just falling apart.
Ooh, that's a good deal, Nate. I like that. Shouts out to Marty on Twitter, by the way. Roll Timber. We love that.
Clemson breaks the press. Arizona doesn't foul right away. So the guy's just walking up, kicks it all the way down the court. Guy running, streaking down the court. They foul him and 1.
Oh,
Just complete. Arizona is falling apart. They deserve to lose this game.
so is it? Are we calling it? Is it over? What time? How much time we got?
10
left?
seconds left. 5.
Oh.
It's a 5-point game. I'm calling this one. Clemson.
Yeah,
Clemson 30, Elite 8.
it's already over. I'm sorry, you're a little behind.
Oh, I'm a little bit behind. Perfect. The little engine that could.
There it is. The
Big upset.
alert.
Clemson, D West. We're sorry, bud. We're sorry, dude. Somebody please check in on that man. He's not going to be thrilled.
Was this his worst case scenario? Because he wanted
Has
them
to
to
be.
lose early, right? So coach would get fired. So now, did they win enough games for him to keep his job, or Nate will he be
Yeah,
fired?
they're in the lead.
He's probably sticking around, but David's racing right now, so who knows if he is even aware.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. I hope he has a good racing night because he's gonna get off the racing and see they won, and he's gonna be pissed and excited all at the same time. It's gonna not be good.
3 Wide TV Racing. Go check it out after this. You can find that nice bite-sized sports number 9, right, Nate?
No, the Traders number 8. I did text him. I did want to see if he's conflicted. So we'll see whenever he responds.
If he wrecks, and
I
it's
hope he
because you
responds
were
while we're on
texting
it.
him, Nate. I hope you know we're gonna be at it. All right. That's bull crap. He's texting my driver in the middle of a race. That's got to be.
Yeah.
Can we talk
He's
to
gonna
the-
flash
can we
up.
talk
He's
to
gonna
the
wreck.
league about
He's gonna
that?
wreck.
Yeah. What's going on
Interference.
here? This is collusion of some kind. This is horrible.
Interference. He's gonna wreck, man. Like, what are we doing?
This looks worse than my bracket, guys, and that is going to. I figure we could take a little time to at least throw this out there, so those in the chat, if they want to go ahead and get it out, I will say that it's not necessarily a safe space, but we're here to mourn together, you know, and some of that mourning might be making fun of each other or our own very stupid bracket choices, or maybe some bad beats, some bets that might have been placed, but it's here now. I got an email this morning. ESPN had their second chance bracket. We're all still coping, so probably time to talk about it, or at least to say that, throw it out there. If you've got your bracket therapy in the chat, let us know, guys. Nate, you've got You said you want to share your action. You kind of, I don't know. You've set me up on this one because you said I don't mind sharing my ESPN bracket, but I don't know. Was it a good? Was it a? Is this a flex here, or are we sharing a broken heart?
We're sharing. I'm mid.
Mid. Oh, even better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Let's do it. Let's look at the mid-major bracket if you want. Oh, Marty says Texas Tech hurt me in ways I thought only my distant father could. That's what happens when you start reading the comment before you don't pre-read it. Woo, you got me there, Marty. That is
you weren't
hilarious.
expecting that one to go there. Now, Marty, like,
come on, took a turn.
Big Daddy Burns. We always knew Big Daddy Burns was going to win. He was our made for March darling. He was one of them. 3 of the 4 are still playing right now. R.I.P. to Casey and his Husker career, Casey, because they did not get it done.
They looked like absolute garbage.
Yeah, they forgot how to play defense for sure. All right, Nate, what do we got here?
Yeah, so some of it is kind of iffy here. Like my Auburn pick was not very good.
Ripsies.
Yeah, I mean,
I had the wrong SEC 4 getting upset, man. I went with Bama going down.
Yeah, and they have been good.
Yeah, I mean, nothing like extremely egregious aside from the Auburn pick because that was pretty rough. But I mean, I think I did pretty good in the Midwest bracket here, aside from 2 picks. So we'll see. Let's go Gonzaga. I think they're heating up at the right time here.
That's a fun game tomorrow. Gonzaga Purdue is so fun tomorrow.
I mean, I think the Midwest bracket's probably got the 2 best. I forgot. Yeah, I had Baylor, Nevada in the Sweet 16, and that was a poor choice.
Oops.
Whoopsie.
But yeah, I mean, I at least still got my Final 4 alive.
I had a bracket, so we're going to show my one that is currently in the 98.7th percentile, but I did just lose. I did have Arizona winning that game, so I did lose somebody there. But I also did just a different bracket, just kind of be a little different. And I had the Owls winning the national title. Oops.
Yeah, about that.
Oops, guys. Oops. I screwed that up bad. That was bad. Okay, let me pull this one up. I'm actually pretty proud of this. I got 14 of the 16 Sweet 16 teams right.
Oh boy.
I was very surprised with my skills on this one. There we go. Yeah, that works. I've got UConn winning it. So I had FAU beat Northwestern, which they blew it. We talked about that. I did have Auburn beating Yale, like Nate did as well. I have UConn winning this game, obviously, to win it. Down below, I was pretty good. I did have Drake over Washington State, missed that one. Duquesne beating BYU hurt me, but I had Illinois, Iowa State there. So I have the Elite Eight in this bracket correct. So I had all 4 of them there. Down in the West, I had Grand Canyon. I did have the upside. I changed it late. Here's where my big screw up was right here. I had New Mexico going to the Sweet 16, and they got smoked by Clemson in game 1, but Clemson is still going strong. Also at Arizona beating Clemson, so I did miss one tonight. So I am 1 short on my yeah, I was with Marty when he was watching Creighton try to lose, and he was in physical pain. They did win though. Creighton did win. They pulled it off. Over here on the right, I've got all 4 in the Elite Eight as well. Purdue, Gonzaga, Creighton, Tennessee. I've got Creighton going to the Final 4 there. I did have Colorado State beating Texas, missed that. South Carolina, Oregon. Samford. Okay, let's talk about this game real quick. Samford got screwed. Did you guys see this game?
Are we talking about the block?
Yeah, the block.
Yeah.
They got
called a foul because the player held on to the rim and fell awkwardly. Is that the one we're talking
slipped
about?
off the rim. I'm going to call a spade a spade. They got fucked. They should have had a 5-on-4 transition to win the game. Like they should to either tie it or when they were down 2. They got fucking screwed. That
Absolutely
ref is
hosed.
behind him. He dunks it going this way. The ref's behind him. That is the cleanest of clean blocks in the history of mankind. And because he slips off the rim, the ref calls it. There's no other way to put it. Samford got fucked.
Am I overreacting by thinking that should be a challengeable call? That one
No.
the coach should be able to say, somebody take a look at that.
It absolutely changed the game. Like it fucked him. But here's
Because
my thought on it.
everybody could
Yeah,
see
too.
it, right?
Everybody can see it. It was so fucking bad. Again, sorry for the F-bombs. We're 20 minutes in. You're going to have to deal with it. The problem is, like, so if you can challenge it, say you can challenge it, right? You challenge it, change it, they get the ball. They're still screwed because it should have been a transition bucket. It should have been 5-on-4 with the guy. He was laying on the ground because he slipped.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Samford stormed back in that game. They were getting killed, came back, took the lead. I don't know if they took the lead, but they came back and tied it at one point. And then they just got absolutely screwed by the refs. And then Kansas turns around and gets just mowed down by Gonzaga. We should have had a fun Gonzaga-Samford matchup in the second round and didn't get it. Screw the Blue Bloods, man.
Yeah, that one was a travesty.
We were robbed of an all-time moment. Like that, it just sucks. That one pissed me off.
Yeah, and then like you said, Gonzaga beats up on a limp Kansas
team.
team.
Yeah,
blows
21. Kansas. Yeah, 21, 89-60. It just blows them into another universe. Just pissed me off. Up top, I'm still good. I've Houston Duke. I had NC State, boys. I talked about our boy Big Daddy Burns. I told him, March Darling. I called that one. Big Daddy Burns was awesome. Actually, their other big men were really good in game 1. They had like 54 points off from the big men. They took down the Fighting Jack Golkeys in round 2. They tried to come back. Jack was awesome in that game too.
I think they ran out of gas pretty much that last minute, and then in overtime, we're just didn't really have anything left in the tank there. I mean, that was a real bad last possession. Although that probably, in all honesty, I mean, it was hard to sell, but that was probably off of NC State, but it wouldn't have mattered most likely.
I've seen that view so much where, like, I think the last thing you see is like they push it through and then it goes off his fingertip. Like it's such a close call. It's not definitive either way, but it was very really tough call, but awesome game. NC State's both their games were awesome. I screwed up the Duke. My big screw up was James Madison over Duke. The Dukes did not beat Duke. It was not even close. And then my Nebraska, my poor Keisei Tamanaga. So sad after the game because he never gets to put on the Husker uniform again. Just ESPN just showing him crying the whole time. Fucking pricks. Who else are other made for March guys? Baylor Shireman's having a tournament and they're still playing down here. Actually, 2 of them, Baylor and Dalton Connect, are playing down there, so they're still going strong.
Yep.
That is tomorrow. That Purdue's tomorrow.
Should we have an ambulance on standby for you tomorrow?
For Marty, we should, yes. That poor guy.
Creighton, Tennessee, 10 p.m. Little Friday night.
He's got Creighton winning the whole thing, so he's got some balls. He is very invested. Let's get this out of here. Get you guys back up there. Yeah, poor Huskers, poor guys, just poor.
I don't know if I took off a Nebraska jersey for the last time, I would probably be crying too, but crying tears of joy.
Oh, shut up, you stupid!
Yeah, it's
Indiana
like Andy
fan.
Dufresne when he gets out of that.
Oh my God!
What was that tunnel he was in, Nate? What was in there with him?
The shit tunnel you had to dig.
Oh,
through.
that's right. That's what it was.
Spoon.
Yeah. Yep.
Shawshank Redemption, fantastic movie. Congrats though, Nate. You guys signed a monster recruit today.
Hey, replaces the one that we lost. Huh?
Got the 5-star recruit. However, can't shoot is what I'm being told. So not fixing your shooting problem.
What's a shooter? I guess we need, well, I guess we need to go down to Hillsdale College and U Indy or something like that to go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where Golke came from, some Division II school.
Yeah, how do you get a man? Well, I can't wait to see the tape on this kid. 5-star recruit. What position are we talking about that he's a 5-star recruit and can't shoot?
Let's just fucking look him up, dog.
Is he because I'm assuming he's either an athletic front court
I
player.
think he's
or
a wing. I think he's a wing.
The next Magic Johnson, he's out here.
Let's see.
Got some Kyrie-esque handles or something.
6'7", 5-star Bryson Tucker. He is. There's already a video
Bryson Tucker.
Here. Yeah, there's already somebody did a video that he's a 2025 lottery pick, and he's DeMar DeRozan 2.0.
Oh, so he can shoot a mid-range jumper.
Yeah, mid-range king. Yeah.
One person on screen appreciates the excellence that brings. You know. Okay, wonderful. I can't wait. I'm sold.
Yeah. So Coop, I've got Purdue in the Elite Eight. Got a bunch of former players hopping in. I have them losing to Creighton. That's a homer pick. Omaha over Indiana, Nebraska over Indiana. Sorry, buddy.
I've got them losing to Tennessee, so we're in the same boat there. But I think honestly, and we'd have to go back to the preview tape. I do think one of the things we talked about that this was going to be the year that Purdue kind of, or at least I thought that this could be the year that Purdue would shake that sort of monkey off their back, so to speak, of always getting beat early. They had
no troubles in the first 2 games at all,
and they did that and then some, right? Like
they didn't.
We all thought Utah State would give them a game, though, right? Like 106 they won by 67.
Yeah, they won by 38 or 28 in their first game and 49 in their second.
Yeah,
they haven't even been
challenged. I think they looked kind of terrible against Grambling. I mean, they did what they needed to do in the second half. And mind you, I'm saying this with full bias. So probably
100,000% bias.
Yeah. So probably just ignore. But I honestly think they looked like garbage against Grambling for probably about 25 minutes and then, just pulled away. And it's surprising that Grambling looked, 10 times better than, the Aggies did. In my opinion, but I think if Grambling has somebody who's actually decently tall, that game is way closer, way longer.
Zach Edey through his first 2 games at 53 points, 35 rebounds, and 6 blocks. He's the first player with more than 50 points, 35 rebounds, and a field goal percentage over 65% through 2 NCAA tournament games since 1968. In 1968, Lou Alcindor did it.
Hey, I know that guy.
Monster start for him. Monster.
Right,
did you guys see? What up, Bite Size Vikes? Did you see Painter go off on a reporter when they insinuated that Edey wasn't good at basketball? He was just tall.
Do you say that stuff about me, not about some kid who's out there who's working hard, who does things right? Okay, you want to say those things? You say them about me. I'm a man. I'm 40. Is that the clip, James?
I'm 40. No, it wasn't that bad, but it's crazy to insinuate that a guy who had 53 points and 35 rebounds in the first 2 NCAA tournament games isn't any good at basketball. He's just tall. Kind of a little bit out there.
That's not anything his opponents aren't saying to him every weekend as he's dropping doubles.
Dominating them.
Yeah.
Hey,
you screw up. You look better than me because you're tall. I never said that on the court, guys.
It is a fair question because we're about to see EDB third string Mongolian basketball league status come here next year. So,
Nate says better learn Chinese, buddy. Huh? Is that what you're saying?
I said better learn
Mongolian.
Wow. That is wow. You think he's going to be competing with Dwight Howard for minutes? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's even too strong of a lead for.
Whoa.
I'm sure. Okay, dude. I love
old Dwight Howard.
No one hates like Indiana, dude. I love
Indiana. They gosh. Big Ten strong showing though. Terrence Shannon monster games too. 26, 30 points. He's playing well. Who else has been really good? Did you guys watch Marquette at all?
Hey, talk
Not
about
a
another
ton.
team that's finally, or at least a coach maybe, that's shaking that madness flop off their back.
After the Texas stuff. Their point guard Tyler Kolek is an absolute stud. He missed the last 6 games of the season, and they lost the title game to UConn in the Big East tournament. And people were like, "Is he going to play?" Because I think he was hurt in their tournament loss last year. He's got 22 assists and 39 points in 2 tournament games. He's awesome.
Is that who everybody thought he couldn't read? Is that what the rumor was? Was he the subject of that rumor that he couldn't read?
Oh, I don't know. I don't ever heard this before.
Oh, there was like a Marquette player that the one of the compliance officers or guidance counselors or something had to come out and say something, but like people were saying like his grades were low and he couldn't read.
Oh, I have no idea.
It just came out of nowhere.
I don't know. That's kind of funny though. I'd never heard that before.
That is one I also think I might have said on the court back in my day. Man, you can't even read.
Yeah,
you say anything. Yeah, I grew up watching Reggie Miller and Larry Bird. All right, I knew how to do 2 things: shoot and say bad things under my breath that you could hear. All right, and do this.
Oh shit. Yeah, Kolek is awesome. If you guys will see him tomorrow, he's awesome. Alabama, Mark Sears. I want to talk about Houston's overtime win against Texas A&M. Houston's 3 guards had combined for 70, like their top forward combined for like 71 of their 100 points. And Jamal Shed was the only one left in overtime with about a minute left. Fouls out. They're up 3. And Kelvin Sampson puts in the walk-on, who is 3 of 4 on free throws all year. I want a microphone on that bench as he walks down and he's just like, let's go. That man gets fouled and misses the first one. I'd have just started crying. I think the amount of pressure, like you have to make it to not, so they can't try to shoot a 3 to tie it. And if you miss and they hit a 3, you're gonna have to play a whole nother overtime after not playing at all year. Like I'd have shit my fucking pants.
Yeah, was that Elvin? Yeah, I could not
Elvin,
imagine being in that spot. Yeah, where you're like, okay, and props that second one went down right, and that was
probably at the end of the bench, like eating Skittles and shit. Like Elvin, you got your jersey on down there?
Like all year you've wanted.
Did you bring your jersey today?
When that moment comes, you're like, fuck, not me. He's not.
Oh, not in that moment. Like all year, you're like, maybe I kind of want to get it, and then you're like, yes, bite-sized bikes, exactly.
Yeah, he'd be spaghetti, or whatever Eminem was saying.
I would have. I mean, I would have been. No, sir. Props for him because he makes the second one. They win the game, and
it's like something out of a Disney movie, right? It's like something out of the Mighty Ducks or Air Bud,
There's Disney's next movie. Oh, Marty with the. I clicked it too. Yeah, that's Jaden Schertz's walk on his son. That'd be bad news bears. Shout out the Trees, still playing top 4. Who else? Duke. Jared McCain for Duke was awesome. He had 30 points in their second round game to beat my poor Dukes. Dalton Connect's been good. DJ Burns, man, that's my guy. Just 24, 11, and 2 assists. He's a dog, man. He's on the screen.
He looks great, but I gotta say I disagree 100% with all BS Vikes here. Glory Road is not the best sports movie.
Oh, here's a fun conversation. Let's go. Let's talk.
Ooh, best sports movie in the chat. All right, let's go. Nate,
I will. Yeah, Nate.
Yeah.
Nate's gonna wait. He's gonna wait because I am a Friday Night Lights guy. The movie, not the TV show. I think Friday Night Lights. The movie is awesome.
That's a solid one, but it's never not Hoosiers.
Ooh, Hoosiers. That one's tough, man. Oh, Nate. Bite size Vikes. Nate's gonna say, remember the Titans.
I've watched
Ooh.
Hoosiers once in my life. I refused to watch it for years and years and years. Since I moved to Indiana, I just won't watch it. My ex would always try to get me to watch it. I'd be like, nah, like I ain't watching that shit.
Dude, the Hoosiers. Yeah, man. I watched that thing a million times. I had like the special edition DVD back when DVDs were. That's an old format. Kids probably don't know what that is. But
yeah, you guys have never heard.
It felt like a basketball. You know how one of those special
Physical
cases.
media.
Yeah, It was great. Now for me, it's The Big Green, guys. You ever remember that movie? It's a little movie about soccer. Greatest sports movie of all time.
Been a long time since I've seen it. Long time.
Or The Scout, Brendan Fraser. Baseball, playing for the Yankees. It was a good one.
Been a long time.
You know what the underrated one is Blue Chips. That's an underrated one in my opinion.
Yeah. Blue Chips is good. I feel like we're missing a really good one.
Like a Major League 3.
Oh, Coach Carter.
What's the one where they go to the minors in Major League?
Is that 2 or 3? It's 2 or 3.
The Mighty Ducks, guys.
At D2 though.
D2, the Mighty Ducks. Coach Carter's good too. I do like Coach Carter.
Rudy, come on.
Another one.
I just fake as shit.
Fuck that movie. Fuck
Still pretty cool.
KMG. Fuck him.
A League of Their Own. That's also a real solid one too, and mostly shot in Indiana.
And you got that famous one-liner, there's no crying in baseball. Ooh, Marty's got a list out. Rudy can find the trash where it belongs.
I agree. F that movie. It's fucking Notre Dame football. Screw that.
I will take Remember the Titans over Rudy, though.
There's some good ones in there.
Ooh, Bull Durham. Yes.
Yep.
Get that in there. Tin Cup. We counting golf movies?
Bite Size Bike. No Love for Little Giants.
Oh, I use these for, what was it? Acid indigestion. He puts the Alka-Seltzer in his mouth. That was a great, man, Little Giants. Yeah. That's probably the best one right there. Talk about a VHS tape. That's an even older.
Listen, we can't explain VHS to today's crowd, man. Like we just gonna have, if you guys want to know what VHS is, please go look it up and just
oh, it's great. You're gonna get canceled for that. People are gonna understand that.
How are we gonna just leave out a whole movie series? Like, how are we gonna leave out Air Bud? The dynamic all sport athlete.
Here. I thought he was about to say Rocky, and he goes Air Bud.
Air Bud.
Miracle, huh? Miracle on Ice. It's got to be up there. This is great. This is one of my favorite, like, guys being dudes thing. Like, another thing we probably should do as our final segment is just start naming random baseball players at the end, because it's opening day. We got to start being like, dude, Fred McGriff, dude, Marquis.
So it's not the best, but I would say, and I doubt either of you have seen it, but it's a Foxcatcher.
I've heard of it. I don't know if I've seen it.
It's got a pretty interesting cast. It's got Steve Carell, Channing Tatum, Mark Ruffalo as well, I believe.
Damn.
It's a wrestling movie, but it's about a real life thing, and it's pretty good. Yeah,
I never heard about this. What?
Actual wrestling, not WWE.
Well, first of all, check yourself. All right, you ask Kurt Angle which one's more difficult. Okay, you ask the Olympic gold medalist which one is real wrestling. You son of a bitch. Which one do they call amateur? All right, yeah, answer me that. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just kind of going through some lists. The Fighter is awesome with Christian Bale and Mark Wahlberg. I love that fucking movie.
What's the one with Keanu Reeves and little kids, Little League?
Hardball.
There you go, Hardball. That's a good one. People like that one. Oh, what's the other one with Billy Bean when they put together that Moneyball? There we go. Everybody loves a little Moneyball.
Yeah, Moneyball is really good. one that is not aged very well because of off circumstances that have happened. Warrior's really good too. I really love that movie. Another fighting movie. Because of circumstances that have happened in recent years. The Blind Side, not aged very well, considering everything
Dude,
that's
the
leaked out on
Blind
that.
Side.
That didn't come out very well, so it's just gone.
Yeah, that's oh my God, Sandra Bullock is so hot in that movie.
Outside of the
say it.
lady Sandra Bullock played herself, no one took that harder than my poor father. The Blind Side has been his favorite movie for I don't know. We're talking about a guy who doesn't watch a ton of movies.
Oh no,
that was like his number one. He'd probably watch it a couple times a year.
That's like
Thought it
finding
was
out
the
A-Rod's
coolest
on
thing ever.
steroids. It's like finding out
Yeah,
A-Rod's on
dude.
steroids and it's been your favorite player. Oh no, that's oh
Mhm.
boy.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
gutted, man.
I'm sad for Papa Kev.
When he found out
Here-
Michael Orr could read that whole time, he was just like, "Are you kidding me?" Poor bastard.
Here's another good one too is basketball.
Basketball.
That is good, Nate. Yeah, Sandra
Bruh.
bullshit.
You
guys
chill.
got
You
me.
chill there, bite-sized Vikes. You calm down. You don't talk about my girl like that.
Ooh, Cinderella Man's in
Cinderella
Happy
Man, I just
Gilmore.
saw that
Yeah.
one.
Ooh, We
Vindictive,
Are
yeah.
Marshall.
Oh yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that one a lot.
Oh, that's a sad fucking movie.
Yeah, that one's tough, but hey, at least you got McConaughey.
That was kind of
All
McConaughey
right.
before he really exploded on like everybody kind of saw him as like the rom-com guy.
Yeah, he was still the all right.
Yeah, how to lose a guy. Yeah, how to lose a guy in 10 days. Whatever
And
it is.
then he ended up doing stuff like the Dallas Buyers Project, which is really fucking good.
And
He's
season
awesome.
1 of
True Detective.
which somehow still, it keeps all those other shitty seasons propped. Like somehow that show keeps going, even though it hasn't been good.
There hasn't been a season
10
that's been
years.
even in the same realm as season 1. Season 1 is so unbelievably good. That is elite television.
And
It's fucking weird too, man.
yeah, and only McConaughey can deliver those weird ass lines that Nick Paletto likes to write. And now it's not the same when it's Colin Farrell trying to do it. It just doesn't hit the same.
Him and who was his partner? Woody Harrelson, right? Is
Yep.
that his partner in that show? Yeah, and Woody's wild too. Yeah, it's Brian's song. Yeah.
Mhm.
As a Bears fan, I've actually never seen that movie.
Ooh,
It's sad, man.
oh man, what about Ready to Rumble, that WCW movie where David Arquette wins the world championship? I think that was a good one. It's real. He finds out his biological father is Jimmy the King. Oh, it's a good one.
I also
Speaking of Woody
like
Harrelson, White Man Can't Jump.
Speaking
Yeah,
of Woody
that's a good one.
Harrelson, dude, Kingpin, Big Earn McCracken. Ooh, Herbert is in the chat. What is
Sorry,
up,
Jay
brother? Good run for
Herbert.
the
We're
ad.
sorry, bud. Hey, just so you know, you already missed a segment. It was never the Owls. It was literally never the Owls this year. Not
We
even
got
one
it,
game.
but you know what? But we also still got that, just in case. Bounce off that.
It was never.
You
the
talking about
Owls. God, they
Roadhouse?
were bad.
I still want to watch. Have you guys watched New Roadhouse? Because it's on my to watch list.
I have not.
but
I
not
will.
enough
I like
hours in a
Jake Gyllenhaal,
day
so
for
I'd
me.
watch it. I think it'd be fun.
I
It
want to
might be
see coked up
interesting.
Connor on a movie set.
two
Iron Claw,
other sports movies that people won't necessarily think about is Rush, although they took some liberties. That's about the Formula One, like 1976,
Mhm.
things like that. And then Ford versus Ferrari was really good too. And that's about Le Mans in the 60s.
Okay. Days of Thunder, I like that. Iron Claw, I really want to watch that.
Herbert,
that's
if you
right- that's
guys
right up
fucking
my
take
alley.
Joe, Herbert, if you guys take Joe Ald at 5, I'm gonna blow your franchise up. Which we talked about on the Simon Short podcast last night. The Chargers better not even consider it.
My man is going to be shook if Joe Alt is wearing any colors other than a blue and
Oh, I'd
a
be
slightly
so
darker
mad.
blue.
Did we mention
Great
$1
color
Million
scheme,
Baby?
Titans. $1 Million Baby. That's right. Yeah, where
Good
Clint
one.
Eastwood murders his student or something. I can't remember. What's that one about?
That's $1 Million Baby is the one with
It's a
Hillary
boxing
Swank.
movie.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just
Oh,
I'm just making jokes. Oh,
Days of Thunder. That's another
Days of
decent one.
Thunder is a good.
Days of Thunder
Talladega Nights. While we're at it, Blades of Glory.
Yeah. Days of Thunder is really good.
Nate says the Chargers are going for Marv Jr.
They better draft a receiver. I don't know if he'll make it there, but I don't think he's getting past.
I don't know with after the oh jeez.
You didn't say that out. What are you? God damn it. Pivot. NFL draft talk. Where's my footballs bounce to banner? Here we go. Go ahead. Nate,
The Wrestler. Did we mention that? Did we mention The Wrestler? Darren Aronofsky's movie in 2008. Really good movie.
Mickey Rourke. Yeah.
Yeah, Mickey Rourke. Yeah, really good fucking movie.
Oh, nice. He beat me to it. Nice.
Barely.
So there we go. Good time to do a little bit of a pitch. James and I were just on the Simon Short podcast. Easy for me to say, pal. Talking about the NFL draft plans for the AFC South, of course, but also the NFC West. I had the Seahawks. He had the Niners. Of course, you can probably guess who we had for the AFC South, Colts and the Titans. But so since we're
just
here,
pissed off about the Titans offseason. I would be too. The Titans have had a great offseason.
Well, you got to do a lot to make up for the fact that Will Levis is under center. I would spend a lot of money.
Mayo Man is going to be throwing a lot of touchdowns this year in your face.
We could spend a lot of money, but Chris Ballard is our GM, and therefore we do nothing. But we did talk about all of that for like 2+ hours. So definitely go check out Simon's pod. We can still talk about some of it now, but I figured we'd give Nate a chance here as the Bears fan, knowing that they've got the biggest decision to be made, right? Nate, what are you looking for your Bears to do out here in the draft?
Pause for a second. Just remember, you guys got Christian Fulton. You're going to be so mad after the first throw of the game when it's a touchdown. And he's going to be hurt half the year too. Oh my! I've always had high hopes for him, and he was always hurt. I'm sorry, he got cooked all the time last year. There's a reason we had to trade for L'Jarius Sneed and sign Chidobe Awuzie. So my bad, Nate.
Overrated. L'Jarius Sneed overrated. Colts never wanted him.
Hurt all the time.
We were just jacking up the price so you would overpay him and reset the market on someone who's only like a top 8 corner. He's not even worth top 5 money. It's fine.
No, Justin Herbert. I'm not mad. You can.
I'm not coping at all.
Okay, Nate. Sorry. Let's back to the Bears. Caleb Williams, your guy.
Yeah, 100%. I'm fully on the Caleb train. You know what? I think it'll be better. Once he's the GOAT quarterback, painting his fingernails, having pink phone cases. And all the boomers get real irritated and upset about things. And you know what? I'm fantastic.
I am. The more I've seen like actual videos of him, not playing, of just him specifically, I've really come to like him. I saw an interview from the draft, and I think he was talking to Chris Sims or somebody, and they were talking. I'm like, oh my God, like this guy is good. And then the report came out. So he didn't play in the bowl game. Everybody's got differing feelings on all that. But a report came out recently that he didn't play in the bowl game because he knew with him leaving, every quarterback in the nation would try to come to USC. So he didn't want to play in the bowl game so he could give the backup a chance to get that job. And then the backup balled out in the bowl game and nobody transferred there. Yeah. So I was like, that's pretty cool. Like, I'm a fan. I'm on board with him, man.
Yeah,
and I can't wait for Madden 26 when you can actually set your create a player quarterback, when you can set his fingernail colors to either team primary or team secondary. That's gonna be like, let's not act like we're not gonna do that when it's time to start our franchises. I know I will.
But just to drop in on pick 9 here, I mean, I'm curious if they're still gonna if the draft falls, if they'll still pick Odunze if he's there, which I mean, I think that he could end up potentially being there. But I would really hope for one of these edge players, just because I don't think either one of those tackles is going to fall to 9 personally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
Stay away
Joe
from
Alt,
my edge
Joe Alt
guys.
won't make it past 7 at the very latest.
Yeah.
And then Fashanu's the other one. What do you guys need? I don't even know besides you don't have a quarterback.
Everything.
Would definitely some edge help still. I
Mhm.
mean, it'll be nice to have that complement Montez Sweat. Could probably use another center, but that'll be later
Do
in
that.
the draft.
Do the
Could
center
probably
thing.
pick up
Mhm.
something later. I've also seen some stuff about if he's there, what about snagging Brock Bowers at 9, which
Oh yeah, do that.
Ooh.
which
That's
seems
kinda
kind of
fun.
overkill, but
Give that boy some weapons, man. Load up.
so I would be happy with some edge personally, or at least maybe try and trade down and get some capital later. Which I don't know if that's going to be the case, but
I mean, if you're going for an edge player, you might be doing that. I mean, I've seen a lot of because all jokes aside, I'm over here, interrupting Nate every 3 seconds to say, don't take an edge, because obviously that's somewhere that I think the Colts might want to go. But I've seen players like Lato and Jared Verse sitting around in mocks, where the Colts are at 15. So depending on who's sitting around, if there's a quarterback still there at 9 that somebody wants to trade up for, Nate,
Mhm.
if you're looking at grabbing an edge, you might be in a great position to trade back 5
Mhm.
or 6 spots, still get your edge, and then recoup a little more draft capital later on in the draft. So I think that'd probably be a pretty good option there for the Bears if edge is really what you're committed to there.
right. And I thought this was interesting, and obviously I posted it in the Discord, which should be listed in our some earlier comments here, about how I saw a mock draft of the Vikings trading with the Cardinals, um, which I thought was interesting, but it didn't seem like it was overkill. Um, so I'm really curious to see how some of this falls, because I think it's pretty confident to say quarterbacks are going 1, 2, 3, and maybe even 4, depending on how the Cardinals want to go with that.
I feel like I mean, can I say it, guys? I think the Cardinals are going Marv, right? Like,
They have to. They have no receivers. Their receivers are terrible.
yeah, it just seems tailor-made to me.
Mhm.
Again, I mean, unless somebody really, really wants to trade. I guess maybe, Nate, yeah, that it's not gonna be somebody's gonna have to trade into that 4 spot with Arizona, but man, it'd be really tempting. Obviously, I'm biased as a Colts fan. I'm drooling over the idea of having Marv Jr. on a team, and so I can't imagine what the asking price would be if I'm the GM sitting at 4 and I've got a chance to go Marvin Harrison Jr. and I'm looking, especially if I'm at Arizona and I'm looking
Mhm.
at the wide receivers that they have, and I'm assuming that they're still in on Kyler Murray. It's like, well, we need something here,
They're
and
all
that's
in on him. Mhm.
shit.
Yeah.
That's a team that they got a lot of. I was joking about the Bears needing everything. The Cardinals really do. So it doesn't really matter. They can kind of take a best available approach, if you ask me.
I love how in this mock draft I'm looking at, they called Kirk Cousins a franchise quarterback. It's
Well,
kind
he
of funny to me. I
technically
mean,
he's that kind of right. Yeah, he's
I,
certainly gets paid like one.
you know, I guess,
Like
but
that.
like he's what 35, 36, and I mean he still probably easily has the full length of this contract, but like I don't know that I'd call him a franchise quarterback at this point. To me, a franchise quarterback is going to be somebody who you're kind of expecting to play a long time and is you know quite a bit younger than 35. But I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, I don't know. And I would say to me, a franchise quarterback isn't the kind of guy you let walk when you have Justin Jefferson on your team and he likes that quarterback. So I don't know. I feel like, I'm kind of with you there. I've never been sold. I've always thought Kirk was honestly right there on that average. I feel like he's just an average quarterback. Herbert, a franchise QB, I believe that with 100%. You're not going to get any of that social media quarterback nonsense from me over here, Herbert.
Yeah. Hey, Jay Herb, you want
Nah.
to swap first round
That's a
picks, and
stud.
then we can get Justin Herbert out of it too.
You
We'll
guys,
take him
you
off
guys,
your hand.
you guys have done enough. You already stole Keenan Allen from him in the night.
Yeah,
the
what an good
Baltimore
for them.
Colts.
I love that trade. I love that trade. Him and DJ Moore, Caleb, like, I'm in, man. I'm about it. I think the Bears are going to be solid this year.
I sure am
Got the
rooting
corner
for you guys.
re-signed, Montez Sweat re-signed. Like, I'm about it.
There we go. Officer Rod Farva is the real franchise QB.
Yes.
Is he still the backup now in Vegas? Is that what's like? I know
He's the
they've
guy.
got is he the guy? It's not Gardner? Gardner's the backup, huh?
Minshew.
Okay. You guys say so.
Oh my
I think it's an
God.
open
I think it's gonna
competition.
be happy feet.
Minshew
I believe it's
Mania
an open competition, but O'Connell is kind of considered
starter, Kev. You see that?
He's the
Starter.
starter. Okay. I like it. I'm rooting for that. At least he's got potential. Listen, I love Gardner Minshew until he has to play 2/3 of the season as the starter, and then you're like, man, I really wish our guy was healthy. But it's okay because this year we got Joe Flacco, and then you can call the exact same offense with Anthony Richardson that you can call with his backup Joe Flacco because they're the
exactly
same type of
the
player.
same. Exactly the same. Yeah.
I'm going to trust you on this one second.
Not to interrupt conversation on mediocre as hell quarterbacks, but Atlanta somehow came back and won the game in overtime.
No way, really?
Yeah, 123-122.
I'm gonna pull that up. What?
DeJounte Murray scored 44 points.
Whoa.
Man,
Whoa.
I'm still sad for him that he's there, you know? It's
Yeah,
like every once in a while you forget.
You like hear
having a
his
good
name
day.
like that. You're like, you haven't talked, and you're like, Tay, did you see DeJounte Murray scored 44 last night? You're like, who? Who's that?
You're like for
Oh.
You're like, oh yeah, where'd he get traded? Oh no. So Atlanta won a game.
Oh
huh?
no.
That's cute.
Oh
That's
no.
nice. It's good that they have that every once in a while.
Of
Oh,
course.
Quinn Snyder's gonna make a difference though.
Yeah, he's gonna fix Trae Young's defense still, right? He's still working on that.
Yeah, he already did, I think. Did you see this? They won 123-122. I'd say that
In
defense is
overtime.
Hey, that's better than like the 200
You know,
200 game against the Pacers.
overtime. Yeah. The last time they played the Pacers, they didn't give up 150. I'd say that's an improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're looking at it the wrong way. See, if you ask me, the Lats winning. Milwaukee, by the way, losing to New Orleans with 7 minutes left in the fourth.
There's only two games. I'm going to pull up the NBA standings since this is a basketball show that we talk about in the NBA a lot. See if there's any intrigue here. This last couple, what is there, about 9 games left? We're really close to. God, the little engine that could here is struggling. It's not on its A game tonight.
Hey, I got you. I got you, man. I got it pulled up for us right here.
Ooh, here we go. Okay.
Attaboy. See, Nate's got this. He's like a vet.
This is when it gets fun. Now all three of us technically have controls now, so it can get a little chaotic back here.
Kev,
I'm just gonna put my hands up.
Are the Pacers going to stay in that playing game? Are they going to stay out? They're going to keep the heat out there?
No, I don't believe so.
I don't think so. Huh?
I've learned my lesson. I will not make pro Pacer picks anymore. I've learned my lesson. I'm just going to stay in my lane. I'm going to be a pessimist. And then when the Pacers surprise me, they will only do so pleasantly. So can't wait for play-in Pacers. Lock it in.
I mean, they kind of have slightly similar schedules. I mean, I think the Heat might have a little bit of an easier time.
Mm-hmm.
They do still have a game here in Indianapolis on the 7th. So that'll be a big one for seeding there. But yeah, I mean, the Heat have the Blazers, Wizards, Knicks, 76ers, Rockets, that Pacers game. Hawks, Mavericks, and then they host the Raptors twice in a row. To
That's
end
a
the
big
season.
one. Yeah, it's a big one at the end.
And then the Pacers are Lakers or home against the Nets, at the Nets, Thunder, Heat, at Raptors, at Cavs, home against the Hawks.
I mean, I would love nothing more than to say, yeah, man, Tyrese and Pascal. I will say, hey, Jarris Walker has really been playing well with the minutes that he's
He
been
has,
getting.
yeah.
I'm real excited about him. I can finally calm down. You guys know how sad I was when the Pacers traded their initial pick away. I was like, no, it's going to be Kawhi all over again. I'm going to have to look at this for the next decade and think, hey, that guy was a Pacer for 8 minutes. But no, I'm feeling better about it now. Jarris Walker really seeming like a guy that was worth them being so anti-trade. A lot of teams wanted him in these rumors, and they were very firm that he wasn't going to be a part of any of those packages. So I'm excited about the future with this Pacers team more than I am about the present. And I don't know. I'm a real low life loser, and I would rather just get my heartache over faster. So honestly, I'm kind of like, you know what? If they're not going to be a real contender, just get it over with. Just get knocked out in the play-in, and we'll see you next year.
I mean, if it stands, we're going to have a bounce fight. It'd be the Knicks versus Pacers round 1.
Ooh.
If nothing changes.
Now, if you are going to give me a first-round matchup, I mean, nothing like rekindling an old nostalgic rivalry that also gives Keebler and I a reason to go back and forth here on the bounce. That would be fun. Okay. I'll take that.
Magic looking strong, like they are going to finish top 5. Good for them. They're a year ahead.
Take
Bite-sized
bow,
Vikes, if you're in the chat, I will take a bow. Bite-sized Vikes, if you're in the chat, do not look at who's number 1 in the Western Conference right now.
Oh, he's here.
Anthony Edwards' dunk, was that last week, or have we talked about that? I can't remember. Was that last week on the show?
I don't remember if we played the clip or not. I think we talked about it.
Okay,
I think it happened during the show. Yeah, you and Keebler. Oh my God, we should watch Winning Time together. Oh my God, I don't know about that one. That one could be tough. That would be like, you guys should have seen. There were a few episodes, or a few moments at least, and maybe one episode of what was that Jordan one, The Last Dance. That made me I got visibly upset. See also Malice at the Palace footage, or that freaky Tayshaun Prince block when old ass Reggie Miller went for the finger roll instead of the dunk. When he could dunk, he could always dunk. He was 6'7". He just chose not to. And then that freakishly long-armed alien that is Tayshaun Prince jumps from the goddamn foul line like he's in Space Jam 2. And blocks it. Sorry, what were we talking about? I can't with the Pacers, man. I just can't.
Can't handle it.
Jeff Foster and Scott Pollard, son of God, mother, fucking Austin Crozier.
So next time you're over here, you want to watch the last episode or 2 of The Last Dance again?
No. Flying Dutchman.
I'll never.
Detlef Schrempf.
How about the Suns in the play-in game down there in the Western Conference, and the Kings, man?
Spending all that money for old ass people.
This is where I take a bow.
Yeah, just to be in the play-in.
Yeah,
game.
you were. I was on board with it too. I didn't think they'd be any good. I just didn't. Thanks, bite-sized Vikes.
Yeah, I never saw Scott Pollard on Survivor, but that tracks. Honestly, I'm not surprised.
Who else? The Bulls are the 9 seed. Like, what are you doing? Get out of there.
They refuse to blow it up, and then and this is why I'm embarrassed, because the Bulls beat the Pacers by 26 the other night.
Yeah.
Whereas,
Jesus.
I'm telling you, the Pacers, they're that team that you never want to be. They're that team that plays to the level of their opponent on any given night. So if they're playing a bad team, they're gonna not be good. And if they're playing Boston or they're playing Milwaukee, they'll probably have a great game. They might even be able to beat those teams. Then the next night they'll lose to Charlotte. And it's the most frustrating team. Oh man, they are who we thought they were.
Who's the worst team in the league right now? I think it's the Wizards, even though they have a better record.
Yeah, it's the.
Would you take the Pistons or the Wizards? I'd take it. Like, you got to take a team for 5 years. I'm taking the Pistons. Although they finished the season losing 8, they're on an 8-game losing streak right now. But I mean, they could also be trying to get another pick. Wizards.
I just think, did they hire a poor coach? I mean,
yes.
Well, there's the answer.
Go ahead. It's just my opinion, but go ahead.
I mean, it just doesn't seem like he knows what he's doing.
Are you talking about the Wizards or Pistons?
Pistons.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, listen, I'm going to raise my hand. Can I talk, Nate? Can I talk, Kev? I was on record when they made that hire that it was terrible. And they gave him a ton of money. I didn't like him for the Suns last year. Like, I don't like him. I definitely don't like him now. So I agree with it. I think he's awful.
Yeah, and we're talking about a guy who had lost all connection with DeAndre Ayton. Now, with what we know since, I feel like that's kind of a 50-50. Like, at this point, like, DeAndre Ayton is a head case, in my humble opinion, based on just some of the quotes and some of the crazy stuff he's said and done even since he's left there. But it's just sort of, he was already a coach that I don't think had connected well with his younger players in Phoenix. And then you put him on a team with nothing but a bunch of young players. And then, of course, when you're hearing it still blows my mind, guys, that we would hear about spacing problems on an NBA roster. Like, that's some shit. Like, you hear about that in middle school, right? Like, you don't hear about there being spacing issues in the pro.
That quote is sick. That I can't remember exactly what he said, but it's almost like, is this dude like a dad coaching the team? It's so bad. Oh man, I forgot about that quote.
Yeah,
so
dude,
bad.
It's like, what are we even doing here, man? Like, I'll take an interview next time, Detroit. If that's where we're at here.
Yeah, fuck, we can throw that. We have a bite-sized staff. We'll just meet and just make shit up on the fly.
Let's go,
right.
dude.
Yeah, sorry, Pistons. You guys got to play tonight. We got to. It's Thursday, man. We got a podcast. Like, go do your fucking thing, man. We're busy.
I finally got a text back from David. He said, David. No double question marks and then all capitals. Woohoo! So
exactly how we thought he'd respond.
Yeah, so he switched back, and I just wanted to know again, Oscar officials. I think I'm just going to petition right now. I think we should get a couple extra points because here we have somebody
he was
affiliated with another car sending text messages to my driver while he is on the course. This is it's collusion. And I thought we were on the same team, man. Like, I know we got different cars, but I thought we were on the same team. Like, literally, are we not both on the same race team, Nate?
We are.
Well, quick little Alabama UNC update. 9 minutes left. Alabama is up 26-24.
No way.
Illinois is up 3-0.
That game just start?
Oh shit.
That's a fun game, man. I have Iowa State in that one, but it would not surprise me if I'm completely wrong. Up 5. I see 5-0 right now.
I was gonna say I immediately went country artist. I was like, wait, what?
I'm not sure. I'll be honest. Like, obviously, I know who Zach Brown is, but I don't understand what he's trying to get at with this statement.
That you like some chicken fried?
McLaurin's
no, wait, it wasn't that guy. It was the other guy.
Wrong Zach Brown.
Damn it.
Let's see.
Maybe
someday I'll have a computer that can do this. Someday I'll have a computer that can do this without exploding.
One of these days. I gotta check. Nate, what happened to our Cubs, by the way? Baseball's bounced too. It is opening day.
2-2. Men on base, first and second, 2 outs.
At the top of the ninth.
Yeah, Miles Masterboni which I completely butchered that. 0-1 count.
Third favorite Cub right there, based on name alone. Don't tell me to
And
grow up.
he just swung at bullshit in the dirt. Like, what the fuck?
Damn
Oh
it.
shit!
I lied.
shit.
He's not my favorite.
Holy shit! A wild pitch and the Cubs scored a run. Holy fuck.
You were just complaining about it, motherfucker. You were
That's
just
why-
complaining about it.
That's why you're my third favorite Cub, Master Brony. Yes, right there. He knew he had the wherewithal, Nate, to swing at the pitch that he knew was going to be wild, knowing that his teammates would be able to advance and score the run. That is why this team, going back to the shit, baby. Look at that. I'm wearing the champions hat. Well, here we go again. Division
man,
champs.
The catcher did a real poor job of getting this ball in his glove. I mean, he could have. Yeah, wow, that was terrible. But yeah, we're rocking 2 championship hats here. You know, both teams are actually playing tonight.
Zach
Frauds.
Brown. It's Z-A-K Brown.
Vegas.
Zachary Shallon Brown is an American businessman and former professional racing driver currently residing in England. He's the chief executive officer of McLaurin Racing. So he's making a racing. He must have got it off Drive to Survive or something.
Ooh, a deep cut. Look at that. Okay, Marty's like,
Yeah,
all right, boys. I
It's
know what's
by the way,
about.
it's McLaren.
Sure, whatever you say, bud. Sure.
Sure. Yeah,
Sure.
you guys.
Tomato.
James and I cannot officiate your NASCAR fight here. We're not.
Yeah,
equipped to,
guys, I don't know anything about NASCAR. They go fast and they
Well,
go vroom vroom.
That's Formula One, though.
Yes.
And it's fucking loud. I can't even hear myself think.
Bite-sized Vikes. Is it about that time, guys? I know we've hit our hour. Is it time for us to get working our way out of here with the random MLB player name? Ooh, okay. Is that the guy on the left is Nate, right?
Zach Brown. The guy. That's Zach Brown with his coffee there. That's you, Nate.
know, I could-
apparently.
Slap a beard on that guy. I can see it.
Yeah, too
see
clean.
it.
Don't like how clean shaven he is. I don't like it.
Dude, Jeff Cirillo. You know who remember Jason Kendall, that fast catcher who couldn't hit? What a weird combination of a player. He was an athletic catcher who couldn't hit, but got beamed in the elbow a bunch and played decent defense, but had a shitty arm. Did he not? Like, I don't think he was good at throwing people out either. One of my fourth favorite Pittsburgh Pirate of all time, Jason Kendall, dude.
I bet your favorite was Aramis Ramirez, right?
Oh yeah, you know it, dude. Aramis Ramirez.
Here's
Also
one.
big fan-
Here's one for bite-sized Vikes. Johan Santana.
Ooh. Nate, what do you got?
Like random Twins players or
Anybody, dude.
Anybody. I know.
We're
the team
talking about
baseball
just think
and
about your
too.
old baseball card collection and just toss.
I'm
a
gonna
guy
throw
out.
out one that might be random to people, but Kevin, as you know me, good
Mhm.
old shooter Rod Beck.
Oh, Rod Beck, dude. He almost. Did you see my tweet today where it was like, because there was a tweet version of this, and they said name the one player that made you fall in love with baseball, and I said can't do it, and I had Andre Dawson, Sam Berg, Grace, and so Rod Beck almost made the cut. Like it was just too obscure. I didn't think people would know what I was talking about.
Got one for you. Pablo
yeah?
Sanchez.
Ooh.
Pablo Sanchez, the best
of
baseball
course.
player in backyard baseball, or Kenny Kawaguchi. Those are my guys.
I like that. You know who somebody who probably people will know now just because of his son, but I was a big fan of the original Fernando Tatis. Now, he was one of my favorite batting stance.
Okay.
Did you guys have any batting stance heroes growing up? Now, obviously Nate and I loved us some Sammy Sosa, but like
Sosa
Gary
was a
Sheffield,
good
I see
one.
Gary Sheffield Jr. keeping his dad's
Sheffield,
batting
yep.
stance alive, and I'm like, oh hell yeah. Griffey had the best. I think to this day, I think Ken Griffey Jr. had the smoothest swing of all time. But
Beautiful swing.
there's some
beautiful.
great
Just
ones out
beautiful.
oh,
I,
Rondell White, Nate. We know a little bit about Rondell White, huh?
I gotta say, if we're talking some weird batting stances, let's just discuss our managers. Way over the
Mhm.
head here.
Another one of my
Um,
favorites back in the day, the Craig
Mhm.
Council. Yeah.
I want to say the other like super weird one may have been well, maybe it wasn't Matt Stairs. There was somebody else that had like a real high.
Matt Stairs would literally rest his on his shoulder. Like,
Yeah,
yeah. Who else had? Yeah. One of my ones that I liked, Killer Bees, Biggio and Bagwell. If you remember, Jeff Bagwell had that weird crouch stance, and he had this 3 foot thick batting glove because he had his hands so far over the strike zone, he would always get hit in the hand. That was one of my favorite ones. Man, dude, just love some random baseball players.
Mhm.
Ooh, Kevin Youkilis. That's another good one, Nate. That is one
Oh,
of your
yeah.
high
I know
strike
him.
guys, high stance. Yeah, Ichiro's stance was fun.
Ichiro was awesome.
Love some of those. Ooh, Tim Salmon, one of my favorite baseball player names right there. You know, gotta love that. Bobby Abreu. It's a solid,
A
solid
good one,
baseball
yeah.
player. Kenny Lofton. Everybody loves some Kenny Lofton. Cubs, bottom of the ninth. Has it started yet, Nate?
yeah, just started full count.
Cliff
Azalea
Lee.
pitching, and oh shit,
Uh-oh. All right,
and
well,
it's tied again.
God, dinger? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, guys. This show is officially bad luck.
Live.
It's
All
time
right, boys.
to
Let's get we're a
let's
little
send him
bad luck
home.
right now. Let's get out of here. Nate, where can everybody else find you outside of this beautiful show?
Anywhere and everywhere.
Oh, mysterious.
Ooh, gotta love that. Gotta love that. Well,
You
you
can
can
find him at
find.
Hinkle. You can find him at Hinkle Fieldhouse next Thursday.
Ooh, that's right. Well, I can go ahead and tell them where they can find me since
Do your
you can
thing, Kev.
find me. What day is it? Thursday. Well, every Thursday right here at 9 p.m. Eastern. Come check us out on the Bounce, Ground Balls Bounce. Love that. Tuesday nights, Sunday nights, Clout Route shout out. Check it out. We finally have the first episode of TCAP Bingo lined up, guys. If you were ever
Jesus.
fans of Chris Hansen's To Catch a Predator and you thought to yourself, man, I wonder if anyone ever tried to make a drinking game out of that show. Well, guess what? I already did it. You can come play along with us.
Mhm.
So go ahead, like, subscribe to the Clout Route where we will hang out and do all that kind of cool stuff. Carnage Media pay-per-view. And I've got my last Major League indoor soccer game this Saturday, last home game of the season for the Ohio Extreme. So check that out on MLISpro.com. And then one last thing. I'm going to be a guest on the Horseshoe Mob podcast next
Oh,
Tuesday
yeah, I saw
at
that.
9:30. So very
Man doesn't
excited to
stop. The
talk
man doesn't stop.
Colts with all y'all. And I'm going to save the rest for James because we do a lot of stuff that overlaps. So,
Yep.
James, where else can they find me and also you?
You can find me and Kev. We've just both recorded an episode of the Simon Short podcast with Simon Short and Roman last night. Is it Roman or Ronan? Did I say that wrong?
I think it's Ronan.
Ronan. I said Roman. I'm thinking like Roman off of Fast and Furious. It's Ronan. But yeah, we had a great time there talking Titans, Colts, and then Niners, Seahawks. You can catch me and Kev every Wednesday, 9 p.m. on our sister station, Dweeb. That's 2Ds, double D, talking Star Wars on Han Shot First. We are watching the Bad Batch, giving reactions right now. That channel is moving and grooving right now. It's growing fast. It's booking quick. So come on down. We love to talk Star Wars. You can catch me, Kev, on Twitter, going back and forth about Colts, Titans all the time. Everybody in the chat today, we want to thank you. Kobe, Marty, Bite-Sized Vikes. I saw Coop in there, some former players of mine popping in and out. I don't think Nate popped in late. Justin Herbert. My computer is really slow right now. The little engine that could is really struggling tonight. We thank you guys for coming along. Go Trees next Tuesday in the NIT semifinal. against Utah. They play Tuesday at 7, so go Trees. We will be back next week at 9 p.m., same time, same place. Hopefully our bracket is still alive. UConn, our national champion, is still going strong. So we're going to send you out of here with a little ad, and we'll see you guys next week.
Are you looking for an energy boost without the jitters? Let our friends at Dubby Energy help you with their fantastic selection of flavors. Just visit www.dubby.gg and use the code BITESIZESPORTS at checkout for 10% off your order total. Again, that is www.dubby.gg. Code BITESIZESPORTS.